World's Fair Episode 1 review, the show about empowered, sane individuals.
The smartest A student!
Women known for their purity, innocence, and femininity.
Do you ever think how much happier we'd all be if your mother swallowed?
The peak upper class of girl boss that can go toe-to-toe with any man they might meet.
My flight was turbulent and so is my mood. I suggest you cooperate, or I could call 911.
This was a show that initially got reviewed at 0%, only to eventually hit the lofty heights of 6. It's not even so bad, it's good. A cavalcade of wigs, screeching, and tacky, tasteless television. A revolting monument to the same greed, vanity, and avarice it supposedly targets. In fact, the only positive review was from Decider. It's over the top, campy as hell, but it knows that it's crap. It's not even a hate watch. It's unwatchable. I think one of the issues that a lot of people had with the series is it hit too close to home. Disney actually invented the best comedy of the year, and it made some people watch it expecting to be like, yeah, go get them men. And instead, well, they found out they resembled that remark. So join me as we delve into the depths of depravity that can only ever be recreated by lawyers, as the heroes of the story target innocent men with the sole attempt to steal as much money as possible from them. This is Robin Hood all over again.
You bring one more peasant into my penthouse, Chet, I will throw her off the balcony myself.
And just like that show, the creator has no idea he's created characters of pure evil.
These youth, bro. What are you gonna do?
Think about your groin area.
That makes every single Tyler Perry project look like Shakespeare. Let's get stuck in.
Did you hear what that arsehole said?
I don't know, but I'm sure it was based.
Children should be seen and not heard. He meant us.
Nailed it! 10 years ago. You just have to look at the rich guy on the wall and be like, he knows what's up. He didn't reach that position without asking for a sandwich, I can tell.
Who does he think he is?
Senior managing partner.
He thinks he's our boss, love. Do you understand how high? No, of course you don't. Hierarchies.
They were laughing in our faces.
That's exactly what I intend to do for the next 8 episodes, to be honest. Did you read your own script and expect people to take you seriously?
They don't take divorce law or women seriously.
Why would they? You're just thieves. They say me robbing. So they want to decide. So they decide they want to leave the patriarchy. No, they actually use that word in the show.
Stepped away from the patriarchy.
And set up their own firm.
How do we do it?
Oh, that is a problem though, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. The men did build everything for us and give us everything we have. Maybe we can try and fake it for a bit?
I realized you wanted to leave the firm before you even realized it.
Whereas I just wanted them to leave before they realized it.
And she said, that's not your elbow!
That's about as funny as the intentional comedy in the show. All of the best jokes come when they're trying to be serious.
I've seen your faces in those meetings.
Yeah, you couldn't comprehend what was happening. It's like an ant staring at a shoe unable to comprehend a person exists.
I was the token woman here.
Are you sure? This is like another one of them Californian tests. It's like a magic eye puzzle.
Why did you stay?
I broke down barriers to get here.
In other words, they had all the money and they created everything, so I decided to be a parasite.
Until I hired you, I was the only woman here.
Good to know they got to their position through skill, talent, and competence and not their genitalia. Look, I've got a gash. Hire me. This is just the intro. It gets worse.
All I ask is that you start your own firm.
Because otherwise, I'm going to get fired and lose all of my money.
That's what we want. Women representing women. Only.
Because that's where the money is. Representing the guys, it's their money. They'd have to pay us a fee, but if we represent the side of theft, then every penny they get is like a magic bonus we can just take our cut of.
Yes.
I'm glad you agree, love. I mean, sir, darling.
You both are an idea whose time has come.
I think it actually arrived in 2010, but for some reason this is a hangover of the dark times. She offers to them take one person from the building, though. No clients. And they make a really odd decision.
Be quiet while I'm talking. Tell your two brothers I said to shut up too.
West Side word, respect in it, bruv.
Till I find out which one of you degenerates wrote on my couch.
In this show, the degenerates are everybody. It doesn't narrow it down.
3 of y'all asses is sleeping on the lawn. You understand me?
You understand me? I don't know why we need to have this accent, but it does seem to be a requirement at Disney. So they offer a job. She's like, actually, I'm on a good thing here. I stalk people professionally for a living. No, she does. She follows them around and takes photographs of them. She's really creepy. But to them, she's just one of the gals. And they offer a partner and say, we'll make you a multi-millionaire in 2 years. It was also her triplet boys that she was having a go at on the phone. They don't have a father. No, in reality, they don't. She used a turkey baster. Then we have a very sane individual who's angry they didn't choose her. They hate each other, but she's a hard worker and just wants out of the company.
Why can't you choose me? Why? Why?
Because you never learn to be human
Are we just gonna tell her own personality to her face?
or navigate space between what you want and
How much you want it?
Why can't you choose me? Well, you're not a human being, you don't have emotions, and quite frankly, you're not enough of a slag for us.
also you routinely steal our lunches from the refrigerator.
Glad you got all your priorities in order. No, of course we're not gonna hire you. You stole my sandwich. Do you know how hard I worked on that? I evolved for millennia to make that. She's like, no, I'll write everything for you. I'll work underneath. Just don't leave me here. It's actually very dramatic. She is at least an actress that comes across as trying in the show. But when they deny it, she immediately turns, never mind then, I'll make my own. I'm gonna go off and destroy everything. It's at this point you can understand why they didn't hire her.
I'm your protege.
I can see why she doesn't like you, though, to be honest. I'm gonna smash up your office. Why can't we be friends?
The smartest. A student.
I'm glad we put a load of very cheap disposable objects on the desk in preparation for this, including a phone that wasn't plugged in.
And I'm the one they're abandoning?
I would.
That's a gift from gold in my ear.
I'll let you destroy all the stuff I don't care about, but not that.
Not being beautiful was the true blessing.
And you got it in spades. Now, I actually like this statement. I do think it's true that if you are attractive, you have a natural halo effect. People think more of you. They think you're more skilled, talented, and want to be around you because people like looking at attractive things. This can lead to not developing a personality, never having to really try. And so while it can make your life easier, it can also lead you to take things for granted, not really understand what you've got in the moment until you age and lose it. It might be the only sentiment of the show I like. Probably can understand for obvious reasons.
Forced me to develop my inner resources.
I had to become a good lawyer, otherwise I was going to be homeless.
Are you calling me an ugly duckling?
Well, not in that room. This really is layers of relativity.
So what if I give myself home perms? It's economical. Phew.
I'm a well-paid lawyer, but actually I like to scrimp and scrave and do my own hair.
Figuring out who you want to be and how to be it, that's the work to do.
Did you get that out of a fortune cookie? You have to figure out who you are. Look how old she is. If she hasn't figured it out by now, there's no hope for her. Of course, as you'd expect from this crazy harpy, she has a logical, well-rounded rebuttal already planned. To be fair, it's not as if she was going to go sailing on it anytime soon. It's been a long time since she was a lover of sailors.
Having me as an enemy is very unwise.
You can always tell your biggest enemies because they just tell you rather than doing anything. It's the empty threats that really make them villainous.
Grow up, Car.
I'm with Odo. What happens next is the overly rich, extravagant lifestyle of Kardashian. Now, I don't begrudge her a big house. It has to be just to fit her arse in. But if you wanted a scene to make the audience like the main character, especially in current times, unless we're a simple slave to consumerism, and quite frankly, wasting wealth, well, this isn't going to do much to, it's going to make them jealous, bitter, and envious. I've got to be honest, that's what it is. It's not just her nice car. Huge mansion, which has an entire wing just to house her silicone injections. She's got a pool, which doesn't need any kind of safety equipment because with that much plastic in you, she'll definitely float. Although I suppose it might be face down if the most buoyancy is behind you. And the entire place is gorgeous, even if it is extravagant to have your own butler. We even get to see his job.
Thank you, Sonny.
Yes, she throws keys in a bowl and then he picks them up. Then she has a different butler, either that or the butler has learned how to teleport.
Looking good, Danny.
Yes, all he does is clean that one glass all day. Her own personal chef, obviously, although his job is more just to cut vegetables. She has different people doing the cooking in the next room she's in. It's just amazing to me the amount of staff that she has, considering she's barely at home. Like, love, you could save yourself a fortune if you just ate a pot noodle. We keep going through her house. This is a really long scene, and this entire room is her wardrobe. Now, admit, some may think that's extravagant, but when each one of your knickers could fill an aircraft hangar, there actually isn't room for that many clothes in here. Got all of her jewellery lined out behind glass cabinets. Huge array of clothing that I'm sure she washed herself. And I'm actually surprised she went into the shower alone rather than paying someone to scrub her. I said someone to scrub her, not that she was a never mind. She's waiting though for a meal. It turns out a bloke is late, and to be honest, I don't think that's a big deal.
Baby, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. You should be sorry, but not for the time. Should be sorry for that man bun's what you should be apologising for. It turns out he's faking it though. I forgot our anniversary. It's like I'm a footballer, it's football season, you can't blame me for forgetting. You know what us blokes are like? We can only have one thing in our head at a time. He should have just been honest and said, I'm sorry. I didn't care.
Aren't you glad I have a healthy ego? If not, I take this personally.
I kind of like that too. So look, I'm an egotistical prick. I really am. A normal person might have cared. But we all know that I am the center of my own universe and I'm the only one I care about. Again, this is to make us like the character. I'm sure they paid a lot to get Kim Kardashian in the show. She's the main person. And they're like, I'm sorry I'm an arse. Well, about 70% of me is.
Baby, I hate myself.
I mean, you should. You're wearing a man bun. Although, to be fair, I hate everyone in this show, so, at least you've got good taste, apart from the man bun. Of course, though, he was faking it. He brought her a diamond the size of the moon.
Didn't this belong to Elizabeth Taylor?
The most repulsive part of the scene to me is that she knows who used to wear it. All the pieces of jewellery in the world, and she's like, no, this exact ring.
Come to daddy.
This scene's better when you know what he does later. But obviously, she jumps his bones. They come up to their meeting, celebrating their 10-year anniversary. Some may say it's suspicious that all these anniversaries line up day by day. If I'm right about the twist in this show, they made it very obvious.
10 years ago today, we stepped away from the patriarchy.
So obviously it's like a sledgehammer to the face.
10 years, 3 women, 1 verdict.
Unwatchable. I'm pretty sure she meant unwatchable.
Is that a new ring, or are you signaling an aircraft?
I'm actually surprised you noticed it. She was being so subtle as she waved around her massive rock. Not the only massive thing she enjoys waving around at people.
And then he just handed it to me like it was no big deal.
To be fair, he probably used your money. Like, here's a gift. You paid for it, don't worry. But they go through their favourite cases. It was like, getting this man to hand over a cool billion after.
Threatened to behead her for cheating?
Now, obviously, don't go around threatening to behead people. Never really a good idea. But if you notice, she was the one that cheated. I don't think she deserves any money in this situation.
Helped us start a charitable fund for abused women.
Even though she was abusing him by cheating on him. Mind you, these are the lawyers of Mordor. You can't really expect them to have morals. Hers is like, he divorced her because she didn't finish high school. So presumably she lied to him then. She became so rich she set up a Princeton science wing. If you notice, all of the achievements of these women are simply paid for by money that they stole from the blokes. It's like the world's rich list. If you don't know what Jeff Bezos' ex-wife has done with the money, well, it's a bit like paying for Sauron's volcano or a James Bond villain's secret lair. And Kardashian's just, my favourite's all of them. It's like asking her what her favourite Star Wars is.
So when people are like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'm like, there is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
My favorite case will always be the next case.
In comes, though, the help carrying a fruit basket, which has been delivered to them by their arch nemesis. Having seen how sane she is with her other people, I'm surprised they let this thing into the office. I meant the fruit basket. The fruit basket.
I've outbilled you 3 skanks.
I do appreciate her honesty, though, to be fair.
You've kept your pathetic firm alive.
She's supposed to be I think she's the hero.
With fake
Buzzwords like feminism and industrial strength Spanx.
The hero. You're using buzzwords like evil and filth.
Organic and lightly brushed with salmonella and fecal matter.
And it is. They think she's joking, but it is.
Give the Ozempic your mainlining a rest, you fat, treacherous lawn chairs.
I like her. So far, it's the best part of the show. She's the only person telling the hags the truth. Although she does have a number of lines, which I actually can't put in this video. Just assume every line from her has various expletives. They do in the next case, though, that you're supposed to feel sorry for. She moved to Hollywood to become an actress. Didn't exactly hit it big, although she did hit it big either way.
Can you guess what that role is?
A trophy wife.
She basically hit the jackpot. Wealth, money, didn't have to work, and the only thing she had to do is fulfill her role and be grateful and nice. How do you think that went for her?
He rolled out the red carpet, diamonds, pearls, plain.
That's a bad thing, apparently. He kept giving me all this stuff that I really liked. It was horrific. Apparently, that's some kind of abuse now.
Love bombing.
Treat her like the trollop she is, that's what they think. Can't be nice to anyone. You can't expect us as full-grown, supposedly empowered women to actually have control of ourselves. That's your problem. You shouldn't have made us like you. Can't expect us to resist someone being nice.
And the fantasy turns into a nightmare.
I was happily married with kids. It was abominable. This was the worst stage of my life. I got diamonds, rich, wealth. I was a lady of leisure in Hollywood with all the contacts to this tech billionaire. It was a disaster.
Prenup like a straitjacket.
It was a nightmare. He made me sign a legal contract that if I cheated on him, then I couldn't get any money. You know, he had the gall to say that if this divorce was my fault, then I couldn't just steal all the money that he'd rightfully earned. What's the point of having a clunge if I can't just steal from people? You know, he had the gall to propose this legal contract to me, and I signed it. You can't expect me to be responsible for my actions. I love this show. I love this show.
If she left, she got the clothes on her back, and that's it.
Based. She agreed to it. You're my wife, and if you leave through no fault of my own, then you get nothing of mine. That is the fairest deal you're ever gonna get. He has an estate, and you're welcome in his estate as long as you behave.
She was a kept woman, not allowed to leave her house, forced to give up all of her dreams.
No, she wasn't. I don't believe she couldn't leave the house. Forced to give up her dreams. They mean, she voluntarily didn't do things that she might have attempted to do solo, but also didn't need to do because he's a billionaire.
Forced to give up her friends and family, and
She chose to stop talking to her friends and family. He couldn't force you to do anything because you could just go away. You could go back to acting as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
He's worth billions, and yet her settlement request is minimal.
Yeah, so that's what they can't understand. This guy has a lot of money and she's not trying to steal it from him. She must be insane.
It smells funky.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's actually the fecal matter.
I think Carr might have actually shit on this thing.
Best character in the show. I only wish I could have done it myself.
Y'all don't smell that?
We are going to toss this.
I like the idea that they might not have done. Their arch nemesis give them food and they're like, yeah, we'll eat that. Like, I know you're brokenhearted, but damn, you look damn good. No, that's how she says it.
Girl, you look damn good.
Wait, what's she about to do with her hands? She isn't going to do that, is she? We're not in Ironheart.
Come on, gloves.
Toot toot.
Toot toot. This show was made for me, it really was.
You're the best divorce lawyers in town. Maybe the whole country.
I just don't believe it. They're on the easy side of the court case. The hard side would be fighting against the state.
That's why I wrote you.
To you. Oh. But I just want him to sign the divorce agreement, which he says he won't do, and leave. Because you see, the divorce was all my fault. I was the one that did everything wrong. I'm like, oh, and you still want money, right? Okay.
Forcing yourself on ramen noodles? No, you need more than that.
Nobody cares what she needs. This is only a question of what she deserves. So it turns out that the guy, being a billionaire, wanted a bit more than that. Invited another person into their private activities, and they had fun. That was until she decided she preferred fish fingers. Turns out she doesn't want much money because she feels bad about it. And at the end of the day, you don't actually need much of a divorce settlement to pay for a U-Haul.
It's all I deserve.
Based.
Lionel has proclivities.
By that they mean he likes women.
That's got to be painful, seeing your partner lust after someone else.
I'm sure it was very hard for him. But like, he treated you like Rapunzel. He gave you a life of luxury, money, and everything you could possibly ask for. I can't believe you don't want more to steal more from him.
It's viewing pleasure, and you and said stranger fall in love.
It's called karma.
You see, their job as the lawyers in this scenario is basically to gaslight her into thinking that she's a victim and was mistreated in some way, even though she was given the life of luxury. That allows them to manipulate her into demanding a load of money that she doesn't deserve, but can steal under the purview of the state, simply so that they can take a massive cut of it. We're supposed to think these are the good guys. Of course, the show has no idea what they've pitched to the audience, and that's not their moral take on it at all.
He's wolf-like in his possessiveness.
I don't even know what that means. Since when have wolves been known for their possessiveness? They're pack animals. If you wanted someone who was possessive over the things he owned, should have chosen Tolkien. I'm sure he would have loved to be referenced in a high-quality piece of work like this.
And we are mama grizzlies.
You kill innocent people in a forest? People have to carry guns when they go for a walk because you're just insatiable murderers. It's like, oh no, there's one over there. You have to carry bear spray just in case you accidentally meet one of them down an alley.
Coming up with a number that accurately reflects what he owes you after a lifetime of service.
Serve it. I love that. A lifetime of service. She took all his money, she had the life of luxury, and sure, she banged him during it. But she also enjoyed other people coming into the room, as proven by the fact she fell in love with one of them. And they're like, well, you know, that work is real work. As if she didn't voluntarily take part and enjoy it at the same time. It's like, no, this was something done to you. They're treating her like a gold digger. Because let's face it, that's the only thing they understand. And that's where all their money came from. They just assume everyone else is acting the same way. Horrific, absolutely rampant slags.
Each time a memory comes up, will you have to reach for that handkerchief?
Add a 0.
Really? Every time a memory comes up where you feel bad, where you cry because you feel guilty about the actions that you did to him, add a 0. The worse behaved you are in that marriage, the more the split is your own fault, the more you should demand of him. Because you've already proved you've got no morals, conscience, or care for the man that gave you everything. So you might as well take advantage of him, just like we're taking advantage of you. Awful people. Like, just repulsive human beings. Well, repulsive beings. Next up, the woman gets a call and she's like, oh my god, there's a man, he's banging on the door. She's like, I need a California lawyer, that's where we were married.
He called himself a Rembrandt, and he wants nothing in the house but the painting, including me.
Incredibly based. This is a guy who not only brings everything to the table, he is the pissing table. She earns absolutely none of this, but he was willing to share until, once again, she cheated on him. And so now he wants nothing to do with her. But don't worry, Captain Golddigger is on the way to try and work out how she can screw him out of every penny.
A small flirtation. Innocent.
It wasn't innocent. I mean, she might have been on her knees and talking to God a lot, but she wasn't praying. But she asks her name, finds out she's incredibly wealthy, and that means I'm on my way. I'm getting right in that jet.
The guy who owns cosmetics, like all of cosmetics?
Just every cosmetic. He invented all of them. I do like how all of these women just innately know every single wealthy man in the country. Just like, one day, I'm gonna steal your money too.
I will shoot! I'll shoot!
Please.
I can't imagine why he wants a divorce. I'm just surprised he stuck her that long. He could have traded her in for an attractive one ages ago. And she says, I won't have a thing. You see, he was clever and made me sign a prenup again. If I cheat, I get nothing. And then, well, I mean, it really is almost like all the people that have a problem with prenups because they know they're gonna break them. It's weird. It's like, I can't believe I'm facing the consequences of my actions. But she's already got a plan about how she could screw that guy out of tens of millions.
You've got good taste in jewellery. Now those jewels, they're your meal ticket.
Yes, we're gonna sell you jewellery. You know, the jewellery that he gave you. That was stupid. He should have lent them to her. If there's one thing we learned from this show, it's that just, they've basically got to rent your accommodation. It's the only way to not get screwed over in this utterly messed up system. And so she gets on her own jet, with her own 24/7 butler in the jet, of course. Not gonna be a peasant. She's robbed way too many men for that. Now the ego continues, because you see, as she's walking up to the property, this is a bodyguard that doesn't want to let anyone in.
Listen, I don't care what her husband told you or...
I don't care what you want. Love, in a fight between the two of you, he's definitely gonna win. Toddle off. Toodaloo.
I suggest you cooperate, or I could call 911.
Yes. Don't you understand? I'm married to the state, you see. They are actually above you. I found the wealthiest, most powerful man that I can. The government. And I'm willing to abuse his power and tyrannize you to the full extent I can. And she's a good guy.
Have you arrested for kidnapping or perhaps sex trafficking?
How? The judge would take one look at his wife and be like, no one wants that. There's no one's going to be paying for that. The only place you'd be trafficking her would be onto the M6.
My flight was turbulent and so is my mood.
Don't you understand? I have absolutely no control over my hormones or my mental state. I am a crazy bitch. And for some reason, that makes me empowered to not be in control of myself for some reason. I don't know, maybe we need to spend more time talking about her feelings. And it's like, well, I backed down because, scared of her or so, It's probably her muscles. He doesn't think he can take her in a fight. So after she's abused a poor, oppressed minority, she meets the husband.
He's not getting okay? Read the goddamn prenup.
I like him. I swear, every villain in this show is always the moral authority.
Evidence, page 6. She had to pick the chef at La Bernadette. The chef.
Yeah, but my question is, what did the chef get out of it? I can understand why she'd go for a younger man who can cook. But what advantage did he get? Was he brought up being breastfed by his nanny? Didn't have any long-term consequences of him, obviously. He just prefers his milk past its sell-by date. I mean, at this point, it had probably come out pre-powdered.
But now I can't even walk into the damn place.
It's like the worst part of my wife cheating on me is that I can't go to that Michelin star restaurant anymore.
I loved the damn fish.
To be fair, so did the chef. Turns out you have the same taste. But he says it's in the prenup if she ever cheated or caused him any kind of public humiliation, she gets nothing. And she did both.
Out on her ass.
Last I checked, out on her ass isn't exactly legally binding terminology.
No, but that is his verbal terminology, which is entirely separate to the legal documents, which you haven't asked for. And so you don't actually know the legal language in there. But this show doesn't actually care about how any of it works. And in fact, I don't think they know how any of this works. Their guiding light is, let's hit them in. I can't stand her. They should have just painted her red, give her a tail and horns. Now, apparently, her staff is scared to bring her any food because he said, if I find you bringing her anything, I'll ship you back to your home country. He just gets more based by the second.
Back to her whole country, and he means it, too.
I tell you, the men in this show are the equivalent of Batman. He's glorious.
How did I let this happen to me?
Well, you see, when a mummy bee finds a daddy bee who's half her age...
It happens to the best of us.
We're all slags. You can't expect us to resist that muscular force that we despise so much.
Now show me the bling.
Oh, yeah. So she goes off and shows her all the jewels. Now, all of this is supposed to be very impressive. I think it all looks repulsive, personally. It's just a gaudy bunch of absolute crap that I would be upset with in a Christmas cracker. But apparently, it's worth $40 million.
Few pieces, but I wasn't exactly expecting Alibaba's cave.
So in other words, he's given you way more than I expected. He's actually a really nice, generous man that you betrayed when you cheated on him. And so I'm going to help you screw over this moral upstanding gentleman who is far nicer to you than I ever expected. She has no morals. What she does know is every brand of this gaudy, tasteless crap that's going.
Fedora and Fred Layton, Jacob & Co. Hello, beauty.
Looks like you've shoved your finger up a beetle's arse. But it turns out that because he said he gave me all this jewellery as gifts, as apologies, they're yours. The prenup doesn't count because he gifted it you separately as a almost separate business transaction. And that's all these women see marriage as. Now, if you entered a business transaction where it said that they could just betray you, cheat on you, and then take half of your stuff, you probably wouldn't do it because you'd be sane. This show seems almost custom designed to prove me correct.
40 million.
Oh, I won't starve now.
Now, to be fair, you seem to have kept yourself in proportion as a human being. I don't think food would have been that big of an issue. It's your Botox bills that are going to be stacking up, let's be honest. Great! I can paralyse my face. That'll pay for the botulism. Back with the professional stalker now, she's going through how she followed the innocent guy that did nothing wrong except cheated on. And she has an incredible intellect.
Nothing always means something.
It's like she's investigating a witch. Well, I had to find something and you're guilty. Or we find nothing, which means you're definitely guilty. That's why she gets paid the big bucks.
You know why they call me the big dick?
Maybe she's packing a secret of her own. That's why you had to use a turkey baster. Wasn't for you, it was for the other woman. But as she stalked him, she found him meeting another woman. And all I'm saying is if I was a billionaire and was going to pay for it, I'd get someone hotter than that, to be honest. You can have your pick, you're paying for it anyway. Please get someone that doesn't look like a gender-swapped version of the penguin.
She's a dominatrix. I kind of love that for her.
We don't care if she's destroying a marriage. The sisterhood holds strong.
Well, this information is, as usual,
Unusable, I know.
It's like, yeah, we can't use this in court. But they have no intention of going to court. They just want to blackmail him. I'm sure that's legal. I don't know what that was, but it made my skin crawl. It is kind of amazing that you can fit $40 million worth of jewels into these tiny little bags. It's basically expensive old bags carrying expensive old bags. And of course, he's like, look, stop before I call the police. I want to see what you're stealing. But then he breaks down. Ah! Yeah, remember, they're supposed to be the moral people in this situation, and he is the only one that cares.
You should have just taken a knife and stabbed me through the heart. I never once cheated on you.
Which is amazing when you look at it. I'm surprised someone that rich doesn't have a parade of 20-year-olds through his front door 24/7.
Did you ever really love me?
He wasn't even attractive.
Is that meant to make it better? Did you ever love me? Look, I didn't even like the guy. I'm just that much of an uncaring Randy Mayer that he offered, so, you know, it's not as if I could say no.
I only because of the way he looked at me.
It was the same way he gazed at a prune. He was like, maybe if I water her, she might
Like the way you used to look at me once upon.
I tell you what, who's giving these cows hormones? There's no way that she should be this randy at this age.
How I missed that.
But as she lets go of the crocodile tears, in answer to his original question...
And yes, I did love you once, but not now.
What an ass! All that time he spent not cheating on her. What a waste. Bro, you're a billionaire. It's time to Leonardo DiCaprio this marriage.
I do continue to love your taste in jewelry, however. Have a good one, babe.
Remember, he's not done anything to her. And yet her being a spiteful, evil cow is supposed to be the moral action of the show. Congratulations, Kim. I'd say you're teaching a generation, but let's face it, nobody's going to watch this crap except me.
Dominatrix. Why is it that rich men are always so predictable?
Oh yes, it's the men that are predictable in this situation, not the fact that both cases in this episode had the women cheating on the men and then screwing over money they didn't deserve.
God, I love my job.
Stealing from men and splitting up marriages. I can see the appeal. These are the snake in the Garden of Eden. You know, if you leave him, you could get billions of dollars and you wouldn't have to be with him. You could get with someone in their 20s who's far more attractive than he is. All you have to do is do what I tell you. give in to temptation. That's the real message of this show. Never take advice from someone who would monetarily benefit from the thing they're advising you to do. And in general, if they're not married for a decade and have kids, just ignore them. They're probably trying to ruin your life. Even the song.
'Cause girls is players too.
We have no morals and will exploit people. That's a good thing. So they go and meet the woman and, well, there had to be better options.
My office is this way. We can...
What is this? Are you under the impression that they can only see a foot above their own eyes? I just know you're always gazing at the ceiling. That way you can look down your nose at the common peasantry. So they start giving her this spiel about, the two women just want to be in love and they're held captive by a man.
One of them held captive by a man.
They mean marriage. If only we could split up the couple and she could steal all of his money. They could live happily ever after. Imagine how far they could travel in that moving truck. But at first she refuses to give them any information, but over time, they offer her 10% of the take, and she folds. Unfortunately, not laundry. That would actually make more sense. I'd fully support it then.
I side with the party that pays my bills.
I'm basically a mercenary, you see, and you're willing to pay them more. They think they're intellectualizing it. Well, if your highest moral duty is to yourself, then by us offering you more money, you have a moral obligation to yourself to take it. Yes, if we're interested in what stage of moral development this is, then we would be solidly stuck at 2, self-interest. Whereas the rest of the show, the highest level it really achieves, there is some good boy attitude. Society thinks that divorce is fine, so it's fine, but a lot of it comes down to law and order, which is generally the way that they interact with the men. These two, nowhere to be seen, to be honest.
So you provide me with what I need, and I'll do what I do best.
Have plastic surgery. So after getting his personal information from her, they arrange a meeting with his lawyers. $210 million? No, actually. She deserves nothing. That's what the legal agreement says.
She is not entitled to anything at all.
And yet, if there's something that Kim Kardashian knows very well, it's being entitled.
Coercing a 22-year-old girl into signing her life away.
So that would be an adult signing a legal agreement as they enter a marriage. Yeah, that seems fair, actually. You make her own decisions, is responsible for her own actions, and can have her own lawyers to actually go through any agreement. Which, let's face it, is perfectly fair, because she had nothing and he had everything. So why would she be able to take it from him when she cheated on him? At no point does the show attempt to approach this topic on any grounds of morality. It's just like, well, clunge. That means she should steal from him. It's actually really insulting. It's like, no, what else do you expect us to do? This is in our nature. It's really weird, actually. So he's like, look, we'll just go to trial. We'll take the legal agreement through the court. She's like, oh, no. I'd prefer to try blackmail first.
You, Arch, have now threatened to take this outside of the legal arena.
They actually didn't. He's like, look, we can go to court. Go to court? You've offered to take it outside the law. So I will. What? He doesn't need to take it outside the law. He wins. You're the one who has to resort to blackmail, you insufferable cow. So they start showing him pictures of things which he's had up himself.
And just for size comparison, here it is next to a traffic cone.
Now, obviously, when it comes to the editing, I don't think I could show it. It's very close to the size of a traffic cone. At this point, we've gone beyond the legal system. I'm just surprised he can sit down without swallowing the chair. Now, she goes into detail about a source who's on the record that he can hover over it and...
performing a full squat all the way to the floors.
I mean, firstly, that's kind of impressive. But secondly, I don't believe you. He'd die. It's the size of a pissing traffic cone. Unless America has some freakishly small traffic cones, he'd die.
You might want to look away for this next one.
Half of me wishes they didn't explain what is on the screen and we just got to see that reaction. Everyone else can reach their own perfect level of disgust.
Your brain can't quite compute it.
That's something that she is intimately familiar with. For those of you that have no idea what's going on,
let me break it down for you.
She's gonna start breakdancing. I have to see this. She'll take down a wall.
Dressed as a filthy piggy.
I like the way he can fit a traffic cone, but him dressed as a pig, that's a step too far.
Suckling his piggly wiggly.
He shouldn't lose money for this. She should be paying him for the entertainment. I feel like I should be paying him for the entertainment.
The farm, sow teats. My eyes bled a little when I got a gander at this piece.
It's like looking in the mirror, love. It's like watching this show. Pigs rolling in filth for an hour. So they blackmail him. Either you can sign the paper and give the $210 million, or we'll take this to court and ruin your reputation. Yep. They're the good guys in this scenario.
Then that feeling is
just the tip.
Something which has never satisfied anyone in this room. Cavernous. They all give off cavernous energy.
Enough! This is sick.
It takes a man to stand up as the moral authority in the room and be like, I don't care what any of you filth. Finally, Someone enforcing the authority to actually preserve society. I like him.
File an official report to the state bar.
You're blackmailing this guy and breaking the law, and his client's like, no, actually, I'd rather keep that quiet. I'll allow them to break the law and blackmail me. They're the good guys, remember? So he signs, she gets a load of money that she hasn't earned, doesn't deserve, and shouldn't have, and everyone leaves.
You are all sick.
He's correct. Of course, not a single person in that room has any sense of morality, decency, or anything else. And so they celebrate theft, blackmail, and crime.
A victory fist. Here is to the mighty chain of women arm in arm.
It doesn't matter if you make a chain of the sisterhood, it matters what you stand for, which, as far as I've seen, is repulsive.
You saved my life.
By allowing me to steal from this innocent man. You've done me such a good deed. I will dedicate the rest of my years to a life of crime just like you. Many an innocent person will fall victim to my savagery and poison now. You've done a great job today.
Oh, Gloves, you gonna make me cry.
I love training another person to be a Batman villain. But earlier, the team of uncouth savages spoke of karma, and that's what's about to happen here. He comes in, I'm leaving, we need to talk. He's like, I'm not happy. It's too perfect, it's too nice, it's too wonderful, yes? If the man wants to leave the relationship, then he can only praise her as he's going. Now, the woman, obviously, she's like, I hated you all the time. But the man, he's like, you're so wonderful, that's why I need to go. You're just too perfect for me.
I can breathe in this perfect house with these perfect paintings.
You're just too wonderful for me, Kim. I can't handle it. Every day I wake up and realize I'm inferior to you, and I just need to leave. She's like, no, don't worry. We can work through your weaknesses.
I spent the day talking to my therapist.
That's your pissing problem then, isn't it? If therapy is meant to make you relive past dramas, focus on what happened, dredge it all back up, and then talk about your feelings. It's not meant for you. Basically, torture to a bloke. It was all designed to be like, no, you are the center of attention. Let's really empathize with you. That's not how men work.
Midlife crisis. Sounds like
Midlife crisis. All he needs is a motorbike and to Leonardo DiCaprio his life.
Oh, Lord, I'm drowning here with you.
You're just too wonderful for me. I can't take it.
my big life is just too rich for that little Philly kid.
You're just saying I'm too wonderful and amazing for you. You're saying it's you because it definitely couldn't be me, as I'm wonderful. He has a man bun, just dump him.
Next to you, I feel hopelessly and ridiculously small.
Why? She just steals from men for a living. He's actually the only person in this room that's achieved something.
Not on me, that's on you.
You're just weak and inferior. Hang on, why are you leaving? And so he goes, and he's like, look, I want a divorce, I'm off. It's all particularly based.
I'm seeing somebody else.
I've got a younger model. Turns out he already did Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, to a degree. The girls come round, they're like, oh, we bought ice cream. After all that stuff you've put on your face, can you still open your mouth and eat it? We need to know. It turns out, when you split up with your boyfriend, you have to kill multiple animals to wear. I need to treat myself.
He's intimidated. Weak men just can't handle strong women.
Okay. No man has ever been intimidated by you in your entire life. I don't think it's physically possible. It's like getting scared of a chihuahua. Yeah, it can yap a lot, but at the end of the day, what's it gonna do? You're gonna threaten to call the police again on her? Even in your own show, you had to actually get a man in to make the threat for you. And she's like, I always knew he'd leave because I'm insufferable cow.
That he was 10 years younger than me. He would leave me for someone younger.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be the other way around, darling. I mean, you're the one that broke the laws of physics.
Are the best years behind me?
Well, don't know. When you were younger, did you feel the need to paralyze your own face and turn into a plastic doll? I think you can probably answer your own question.
This right here is about character.
And we've spent the rest of this episode proving that hers is horrific. And they're just like, you don't have a good picker, you always choose trash. And we find out what she looks for in a man. Apart from physical stuff, obviously.
But not that smart.
Look who's talking.
Didn't have a lot of money. Could be a little bit of a gold digger.
Look who's talking times 3. She's like, well, if you both hated him, why didn't you tell me? Well, we loved him, so we just waited for the collapse to happen. They didn't stick poison in like they do on their clients.
Guys marry younger women and nobody says a word about it. I thought, good for you.
That's because that's normal and that actually aligns with the gender preferences of both people. And then when you go against it, you basically blow up thousands of years of evolution. But no, we're all equal the same and absolutely have no differences in preferences or taste, according to this show. And then they wonder why everyone in it's getting divorced.
Deep down, I guess, thought it was brave.
I thought it was so brave to you to marry a guy who's far more attractive than you are. It must have been a right challenge.
I settled
for a rich footballer who made a load of money, who was 10 years younger than me and far more attractive. I settled. I deserve more. I would like to point out at this stage, none of them have kids except the one on the other side of the room who used a turkey baster.
all because of what? Low self-esteem?
Or the fact that you couldn't provide anything for him apart from the cash that he already had. So like, we're going to go to New York, we'll buy you a dress, some bling, we're going to eat oysters and drink ourselves stupid.
This sounds like the best day ever.
Others may say say it's the birth of your firstborn, but I suppose at this point, getting absolutely pissed off your face is all you've got left.
That ought to put a battery in your back.
Yes. And after he leaves, something battery-powered is all she's got left. Cut over, though, to him driving his Lambo, which is probably hers. He drives up to another mansion, and it turns out he's banging the help. The younger, more attractive help. Oh, sure, at the start of the series, she may have been carrying away smelly fruit flowers, but now she's carrying away that dick. And he's like, well, you know, all's fair in love and war, using her own speech against her, which isn't a surprise, because she doesn't have any morals. This is one of the most horrifically evil shows of all time. Just shows them whispering temptation into other people's lives, attempting to destroy them for profit, and they think they're the good guys. On the other hand, it is very funny, because it is completely unself-aware and intended to be entirely serious. It's very funny. It's like, oh, this is how you live your life. No wonder you're miserable. I could see why everyone was unhappy with the show when they expected something that would show them in a good light, and instead they were faced by reality and the truth, and so witnessing the bare consequences of that will always be funny. And so while others ask questions like Velma, She-Hulk, Willow, who was this made for? Well, me. I am the target audience. But those are just my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe more videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.